7 days a week, yeah. Spicy pero sweet, yeah. Oh, she never miss, yeah. Active on this beat, yeah. Ready for the street, yeah. Gotta make my moves, yeah. You could never know what I'm gon' do next. OMG, que casi con mi new flex. Verified, I'm really like a blue check. Oh, yeah. 1 pa' la vibra, 2 para el show. 3, dale brinca. 4, dame more. 5 por la vida. 6 and no more. 7 days a week like you ain't never seen before.
Are you okay, babe?
Oh, I think it's 10 out of 10. Bit cold, but 10 out of 10.
So where are we going, babe?
To Musgrave Roadhouse
Why are we going to Musgrave?
because I like to wing it and not plan.
So, guys, we were on our way to Laura through the Battlefield track, and we've just hit the intersection, and Quentin was like, oh, you know what? Trip in a van's gone down this way to Han River campsites and everything. So we've done a UE. We've travelled down the Lakefield Road, just off the Battlefield turn-off. And we've gone to the ranger station to check in, but every single campsite was booked out. So it's like 3 o'clock when we arrived at the ranger station. We're sort of gunning it into Musgrave now. But it's been a bit of an adventure today. Solar panels, whoa, almost hit a kangaroo. Solar panels pretty much ripped off, so we've strapped that down. That's number 1. 1 to the Cape York, and then just a few loose things on the car, tightened them up. I reversed the car into our taps underneath the canopy, so that's Ritchie 1 and Cape York 1. But aside from that, the car's towing well. Battlefield and Lakefield roads quite smooth actually. There's a few corrugated spots, but for the most part it's quite good, sitting around 60-80 kilometers an hour. And yeah, we're pretty keen for a Musgrave burger, hey boys?
Yeah. Hey, Mum.
And William and Jackson have been stinking up the car like crazy. Anyways, where we go? Some of this black stuff, boys.
Wait, pause.
This was all dirt last time we come through here.
Oh my goodness.
Come. Mum and Dad, come in.
Alright, so we've settled in at Musgrave. That was a long drive, hey boys?
Yeah.
And all the boys are enjoying their nice drink, hard-earned drink. What are you drinking, Will?
Vanilla
Ooh, the hard stuff. And 2 Fantas. Yum. So, we had a pretty good run in. Plenty of dust, plenty of bull dust has crept in all across the canopy, awnings, around the wheel hubs, as you'd expect travelling these roads. We did a bit over 200 and a bit Ks today of dirt road, but lo and behold, in the Kings. Not a single speck of dust has entered its way in, which is huge. It's awesome. So big props to Kings for making a pretty good sealed unit. So the seals are fantastic, guys. If you are thinking about purchasing one of these, definitely worth it. Yeah, Jackson was just saying that he saw some kangaroo poo at Isabella Falls. And in on the other side, we have carried a bit of sand with us from Elim Beach, but that's pretty much it. Still very tidy. All the dust around the seals there has done its job, which is great. And towards the back, had to open this up a few times because obviously there's a few things that I had to take care of. But yeah, a little bit of dust in there, but that's because we had a few passerbys while I was working on the vehicle, and dust went in. But I've had to pretty much strap the solar panels on because the front solar panels, yeah, pretty much just ripped off the actual bolts. What had happened is the bolts that we're hanging on, or mounted to the actual solar panel itself, right there, snapped off. Probably because I didn't air down the trailer tires. I only aired down probably after an hour of driving when we hit some corrugation near the ranger station. I should have aired down sooner, but it felt pretty comfortable in the car, but completely forgot about the trailer, what it was doing behind. So be very mindful on these roads. Yeah, pretty much not a speck of dust up there on the Motop, which is great as well. Just got the blower out before we actually opened up the tents as well. But the boys' rooftop tent copped a bit of dust, but no dust inside, which is great as well. No dust inside there, which is fantastic. Got plenty of dust all through the outside of the trailer. The rig, pretty dusty. Had to tighten up the UHF antenna just once on the trip.
Coloured sand was beautiful.
Coloured sands was beautiful, Jackson says.
Even though I fell over 3 times.
Yeah.
And even though I was actually the most sandiest.
Oh yeah, and I'll show you inside this canopy as well. So yeah, all the seals held up quite well. Not a single speck of dust inside there, which is great.
That was the most sturdiest.
So yeah, the roads were pretty good. I mean, we had about probably 100 k's, but we had to do about 65 kilometers an hour on the dirt roads. And then towards the end, we could get up to around 190, not 190, but 100 or 90 kilometers an hour. But that's as fast as I'd like to go on these roads. All in all, the Battlefield Road and the Lakefield Road as well was quite good. Fully maintained. So we're in, what month is this, Corinne? July? We're in July, so pretty much just before a lot of the traffic comes up this way. And then, as you expect towards the end of the year, just when the wet season settles in, you'll have a few more people trying to get up and see the tip before the wet comes in, and then the roads will pretty much degrade from there. But other than that, great time to come in. It's not too hot, not too humid, and a good run. So yeah, we're going to go have a Musgrave burger now, and we'll let you know how it goes. See ya.
So, my dad got it about me, and the rainbow sands, I was just clicking up the whole building of sand.
You get that? There you go. See ya.
So I have a plan. Richie's just pulled off to try and get some firewood, and there's heaps of it here. And I said, oh, you know what, do you need a hand? He's like, oh yeah, if you want to. So I've grabbed the camera out so that I actually don't have to lift the firewood, and I'll just record him doing it. Plan. set in motion. And here we go.
I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. 2 foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on. Take 2 foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Where do I find the map?
Are you guys going to set up the camp all by yourselves?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good, good.
You can just sit.
Alright, so we're getting to be a bit of a pro at setting our camp up now. Just a few things that we wanted to say about the Kings camper and the Motop. We find that the Kings rooftop tent is quite easy to open up, so even the kids can just basically push it up and push it open. The actual awning itself is a lot larger than the Motop, but I feel like the material is a lot more thin than the actual Motop, so it just feels better quality with the canvas and the awnings that they've used. And when I'm about to open this up, I'll show you through the actual interior and side of things. I'm 5'11", so my feet, we sleep head this way, so north-south, our head on this end and our feet towards the actual cab of the vehicle. My feet's touching the corners, and I'm pretty much fighting for some space with Corinne, but that's just because I'm a bed hog. But overall, that's got an inflatable mattress. This has got a thick mattress, and we went with the Motop because it's a thinner profile as well for the actual canopy. We just like the design of that. But what makes it difficult is if you look in the actual channels here, since the Kings are deeper rooftop tents, they have obviously this double, so this on the bottom, this on top. So we're actually able to store 5 sleeping bags and our pillows and the kids' teddies in the actual rooftop tent without any issues, and we can close it. It's sealed from the dust and the weather, no issues at all. Whereas with this, that one whole section, that one whole depth is basically equivalent to half the size of the Kings. So great profile, but actually limits us in actually being able to store a lot of our sleeping gear, and also makes it quite difficult to mount an awning. So we've got the Darchi awning on the side there. I'll take you around. We've got the Darchi awning, which is the 180 style. That opens right up, which you've seen in the videos so far, but we've had to MacGyver the brackets, so I've had to spacer out the actual bracket itself, and this is just a bracket that you get for the Rhino rack platform. So we've actually had to space it out and use it as basically a clamp to secure the actual rooftop tent. Whereas if it was just mounted onto the Kings, for example, we would be able to just use this whole 2 channels to mount the actual awning itself, whereas on that you only get 1. So that was the difficulty, and when we actually open it up, Jackson's struggling, he's doing a very good job. Just pop these in real quick.
Hey, Mom.
Hang on, buddy. Daddy's talking to the camera. Watch your fingers.
Why does that have to be short?
Alrighty, let's put this side in. So with our setup, we went the 270 awning on the Kings camper trailer. The only difference is, I think I just put the first scratch on it with the pole.
Can I open this?
But hang on, buddy. With the actual awning itself, obviously when this is stretched out, we can't open it up. So if we were to open it up and utilize this 270 awning, we'd have to obviously remove this completely, let it flap in the breeze in order to use the actual awning itself. And this pops up, this raises up to around there. So myself being 5'11", Corinne's not an issue in the world, she's a dwarf, we'll be able to go into the actual kitchen side without any issues. But yeah, so as you can see, the awning's flapping freely in the breeze. Jackson, let me just come in and do that, buddy. Can I switch places with you? What's that, buddy? Alright, so that's the King's setup, which is great. Onto the Motop.
Which is very hard.
It's a lot harder, so Corinne struggles to open it up. But with me, even it's quite suctiony. It's a lot better than what it was when we first got it. So the gas struts have loosened up. You've got your pulling cable, just like the King's as well. But when I get these poles out, it just gives us enough space, so the actual awning itself on the Motop is tighter in compared to the King's, whereas the King's have got a bit more of an out from the actual rooftop tent. Can't speak, but yeah, sorry, it comes out a lot further than the actual opening around the tent. But as you can see, this we can't put in. We can't put the actual pole or the insert to stretch out the awning here at all because there's no mounts at all.
Yeah! Where are we going? To a tip of Australia!
Alright, and then on this side, I normally just cliffhanger it, put it in. Real easy setup. And that's had to pause because battery went dead, but as I was saying, the Motop's got some pretty nice canvas. They're pretty much the same, but I find the canvas and the material used on the Motop is a bit better quality, which is good. Bit of a hike up, these steps are quite vertical. Inside your Motop, yeah, so pretty much standard. You've got the actual lights that are built in to the Motop, and this comes standard, your little iPad holder, pocket holder, organizer. So you've got your 12 volts cable, Anderson plug that comes into the actual rooftop tent. Side pockets here as well on both sides, and you've got your 12 volt auxiliary panel here as well. You can actually turn on the lights inside here, charge your phone. You've got USB-C, USB, and different power points there as well. So all in all, it's quite a nice little setup. And with my feet down here, I head up here with a pillow. Still a bit of extra room, which is good, but when you're tossing and turning, it can be a bit cramped. But overall, a nice little area. So we're currently at Archer River Roadhouse at the moment, so excuse the mower in the background. Alright, now over to the Kings. We'll zip this up so the critters don't come in. Over to the Kings, so you've got a wider awning that comes out a lot further compared to the Motop. I find that the Motop itself runs off the water a lot better than the actual Kings, being a bit more sheer. But with this, it sort of pulls into this area and then just drops off in one big hit. So we've actually had a few rainy camps over the past few days up at the Cape, and we've really put these rooftop tents to the test. So with the Kings. Being 5'11" again, let me put my feet down the end there. So you've got a bit more space. So a lot more space compared to the Motop. So thus the kids actually come in here and all three of them sleep quite comfortably. So as I said, we've got Crin and my pillow, the boys' pillows, their teddies, 3 sleeping bags, and it folds up, no worries, and could probably actually fit a lot more sleeping gear in here without any issues. You've got your side pockets on either side. One thing that the Motop doesn't have is this little cable lead management zip area thingy. So with the actual auxiliary point, the Anderson plug that runs into the actual camper, we've actually got to hang it out one of the zips and leave the zip semi-open. So this was actually a nice touch on Kings. So you can actually just lead in your Anderson cable straight to your auxiliary outlet and run some lights, no worries. What we've got here, obviously the kids' iPad / pocket holder as well. This was an optional extra, so we actually had to purchase that after we purchased the rooftop tent. That didn't come standard. Again, that's just Velcroed on, whereas the Motop one is actually, it's got the corduroy edges and they just slide into a C channel and they're very secure, so they won't be coming off in a hurry. So you'll be able to put in a laptop, heavy items or anything like that without any issues. But with the Kings, I'd imagine there's a bit of an issue with how much weight you can put in there. But to be quite honest, it's, you know, comparing chalk and cheese, it's really a personal preference and finishing type there. But other than that, yeah, the canvas, all watertight, all water sealed, no issues with leaking at all on this trip. And I'm talking like we have been having some pretty constant rain throughout the whole trip. And even so, where we've had to literally dry it out for a day in the sun to really get a lot of that outside moisture out. But in no way has the mattresses leaked or anything like that or been soaked. So we're quite lucky. The mattress in the Kings is quite thick. So it's like 3 times the width or depth or thickness, sorry, of the Motop mattress. Whereas the Motop mattress is actually just a inflatable, self-inflatable one. So for myself, that weighs, you know, 90 kilos, 95 on a good day. It can be a little bit uncomfortable. But again, it's no issues. I mean, I've been sleeping on that mattress in the Motop for the past 4 nights on this trip to the tip. And I haven't been waking up with any sore joints or issues. So yeah, that's a bit of a rundown between the two. And I'll just show you guys the outside.
Just stop asking.
Zip this up. Old mate on the mower, enjoying his time. That's one of Prince's favourite jobs. We just want to have a big property. Being able to mow non-stop, which is great. Great pastime. But yeah, the outside, you've seen many times before. So we can't park the car at any other angle or whatever. It has to be dead straight. Otherwise the awnings will touch and we won't be able to open up this awning as well, which does provide quite a bit of shade throughout the day. But we're quite lucky. We've got a nice campsite underneath the tree today at Archer. Solar panels mounted on the back. And then the solar panel on the front as well. And Camo, what's up?
I just want to give you a chocolate.
Oh, Chucky. And that's it. All right, no worries. See you guys.
So close that happened. Dad lighted the fire, turn it over. And then our camper grill is all set up, turn it. And then everyone else is over here. Oh, like this.